In this video, I'm going to go over crypto social media strategies that well-funded startups use, that we use, that we have battle tested across now 7 years. And going to go into a little bit of different tactics that you can use. And basically like the $100 million framework of how to go to market or how to manage your social media past launch to build confidence with your investors and actually attract users. So to kick things off, I'm Jack, one of the co-founders at Lunar Strategy. We're a crypto marketing and advisory firm. Also founder of Blix Editor. It's a SaaS content tool. But today I'm going to go into crypto social media strategies. And a little bit about me. I've been working for projects such as Cardano, Polkadot, OKX, Cookie3, Aether, and many more to certain degrees. Mentor in accelerators and advisor for a few projects at the moment. And I have a more traditional e-com background, but the last 6 years have been fully in crypto marketing, which has been one crazy journey. So I'm going to dive right into it. I love social media marketing because I think it's the most underrated marketing channel. And it's the backbone of any sort of marketing. I think it's the socials, because the social media is the one channel where you get to speak directly with your audience, with your users and investors for free every single day. And some of the biggest mistakes that I see is that people, they have a bad social media manager and they create not good content. And then the marketing actually becomes counterproductive because your investors lose confidence in you, your users lose confidence in you, and you essentially get no engagement and you speak into the void of X, right? So social media is one of my favorite channels because I can go there and I can speak with investors. And I'm an investor myself. I know what I want to hear. I know what other people want to hear. So I think like everything starts with social. You can speak with them every day. And it is essentially like your community hub of X. And it's typically the first touch point you get with any sort of users. If you run some distribution campaigns, they will most likely land on your social media first. So that's going to also be your first introduction to new users. So it's a very important channel that you have under control and have a good communication framework for, right? And something that I see a lot of marketeers do, and I think a lot of people, one of my favorite sayings is, one of my favorite marketing sayings is, okay, marketeers, they promote features. Good marketeers promote outcomes. But great marketeers, they give you a feeling of FOMO, a feeling of excitement. You want to be a part of this campaign and of this project. And they attract more than just try to sell it to you. And I think that's like the ultimate thing that you want to reach with your marketing. And I think like there's a lot of different ways you can do it. I would say, first of all, nobody cares about how fast you are or the different features. Most people only care about, what do I get from using your product? What is the outcome that I'm going to get from it, right? And then if you can, on top of that, start to add some teasers, some time restraints to create more FOMO, some limited edition things. And sort of like there's a lot of different tactics and strategies you can put into your marketing in order to also give, not on top of a great product and a great outcome for the users, but also create a feeling of excitement or FOMO, right? And I think like on a fundamental level, these are some of the main things you want to have in place whenever you start to go to market with your socials. Because I see so many projects, they have like, they do a lot of posts, make a lot of content, but they get very low engagement. And then essentially you're just speaking into the void. And whenever people come and take a look at it and I see like, oh, this is not anything good, it is actually counterproductive because most people will just leave your page right away. So in a sense, like your social media is your best, it's supposed to be your user onboarding landing page in a sense. So going into a few things that you should start doing and a few things that you should stop doing. So first of all, quality over volume. And I know this is a hot topic, but when you do only volume and a lot of it is bad content, you will actually get punished by the algorithm. And often you're going to get very, very low engagement on all of the posts. So I would say you build more confidence with your investors and your users if you do regular high value posts. So basically, we did this. This is what we're doing now. This is some cool campaign that we just launched. Here you have a cool offer. Like every post needs to have some sort of merit to it. So quality posts per day. We typically do 1 or 2 posts a day. This is sort of like what we like to stick to. And especially for a project going to market, you typically have so much different stuff to announce. You have so much different things to promote. So 1 or 2 a day is quite good. And then sometimes you could do 1 quote tweet on some partner post or some industry news or something like this. X Spaces. So X Spaces is one of my favorite channels for socials. It's great to build credibility and also authority for your brand. So if the founders or if some of the C-suite members of your team are jumping on X Spaces, it humanizes the brand a bit, and it's the users see like, oh, there's actually some cool people behind this project, and they're actually very competent, right? So it builds a lot of confidence with your users, and also you can announce stuff and break news during the X Spaces. So we actually at our own channels, we also like to do a few X Spaces a month. So highly recommend jumping on some X Spaces. Great marketing channel. And then lastly, on the socials, on the daily or monthly playbook is the strategic replies. So, well, first of all, on the reply section, stop with the AI slop replies. I see this as huge red flag. Whenever I see AI slop comments on my posts, I see that as very low effort. I see that as this is somebody who don't care. This is somebody who's just trying to farm engagement. So AI slop replies is a big no-no, but real strategic replies is a big yes. So like comment on some of your peers in your industry. So let's say comment on some of the top accounts within your niche, influencers, other brands. Make friends with your brand with other brands and have fun with their replies, right? And add some value. Don't just try to shill your product. So I think these are like the core pillars when it comes to consistency and like the main things. I would also add just one last thing, which is like doing threads and articles. Also brilliant format. And especially if you want to do like a thesis around your project and your business model and these sort of things. So quickly, if you start doing this, stop doing this, right? So 1 or 2 thoughtful posts that earns engagement every day, reply to 10 to 20 relevant conversations daily, mix formats, so threads, memes, visuals, etc. Engage before and after you post, so engage with your own community. This is very important. And then lastly, track smart metrics and not vanity numbers. I see so many people that track only the vanity numbers and not really the smart followers and the smart engagement. Because you can have 400,000 followers, you can have 10,000 impressions on every post. But if it's only vanity and it's only botted in and engagement farming numbers, it's completely irrelevant. It's going to mislead you and your team because you don't know what's real and what's fake, right? So highly recommend start tracking smart metrics. And we use cookie analytics for a lot of our campaigns. Brilliant tool, brilliant team as well. I'm actually going to do a deep dive on cookie analytics another day, but yeah, highly recommend checking cookie. You can track all of the smart metrics, smart followers, etc. And then stop doing this. Too many posts with low effort content. This is very, very bad. It will only hurt you and your brand. When you make an announcement, make sure that it counts. Don't just make a copy paste without any personality into the announcement. Stop ignoring replies and DMs. Super important to reply and engage with everybody that wants to speak with you. Then lastly, if you have zero engagement, you keep getting zero engagement, you're just wasting your time, and you're also wasting everybody else's time that accidentally stumble upon your post, because it's not good content. People want to engage with good content. So that's what I would say. Be the reply guy. So when it comes to X and the algorithm, it rewards engagement. So the best way is to show up and engage with people that will engage back with you, because then they will create more engagement around your posts, and it will get more organic exposure. Because when your posts are getting good engagement, that means that, oh, this is valuable content. Oh, I'm going to show it to more people, right? So engaging with your community, engaging with other people in order to grow more engagement overall on your account is very, very important. And then how to be a reply guy the right way. First of all, don't do it with AI. This is huge red flags. You can very easily spot if it's an AI reply as well. So I would say how to do it right is to join like ongoing debates in comments and add your expertise or your project's expertise, and actually do some thoughtful comment, because then the other person is going to be like, oh yeah, this is right. And also you might get a lot of engagement on it. Provide real insight, so provide something of value. Comment on some of the industry leaders and like high traction accounts, because whenever you make a comment on an account that gets a lot of engagements, it's higher likely that you're also going to get more impressions, higher engagement on that comment, right? And then like build relationships with these people that you engage with and like become friends with them. I think this is the best way to grow your community. So highly recommend doing it the right way. Okay, next one. Jumping on to trends. So I love this personally, because this is how you can grow and you get a lot of organic exposure if you're good and your social media team is chronically online, which it should be. Otherwise, I think your social media team is doing something wrong. But jumping on trends can be super duper effective to gain a lot of exposure. And there is a few different keys to actually capitalizing on trends. So first of all, spot it early. Because if you're 2-3 days late to the party, everybody's going to see, oh, this trend was funny 2 days ago. And now it's going to look like you are actually late and you're behind and your social media team is not quick enough. So spot the trend early and then add your own angle to it. If you only copy paste the trend, it's going to look low effort. So I would make something unique and jump on the trend, but make it with your own angle on it. And then lastly, move quickly. You got to get it out the same day. You got to jump on it right away. You got to ship it, right? This is how you can actually get a lot of engagement on and leverage trends to your advantage. Because if you put your own unique angle on it, let's say you have some DeFi protocol and you do some DeFi angle on it, and then you move super quickly, then you can get a lot of organic exposure and you can basically capitalize on the trends. So I love to use trends. I'm chronically online. Our team is chronically online. Your team should also be chronically online. Highly recommend. Okay, going into a few content types. So these are some of the top content types we like to use: threads, visuals, memes, video clips, polls and engagement and stuff like that, different questions. I love to use video clips personally. We're going to go into a few examples here after as well. So Now we're going to jump into a few activities that works and has been performing very, very well. So one of them is to do different interviews. So here we were the media partners of Aether in Dubai. So we did some interviews with some of the founders, did some with the Eigen layer. Then also something like you don't need to make it so complicated. Typically, we also do just interviews in like a Google meeting, and you can your design team can make it a bit nicer looking. So here's an example. And this humanizes your brand a lot, and it shows like, oh, there's actually very competent people behind this brand. So yeah, highly recommend doing interviews and real content with your faces behind it, right? Works very, very well. Different community activations, different community quests, and stuff like that. This is it's just like a fun social and community activation. So recommend also using this. Creates a lot of engagement. Oh. Different gamified leaderboards and stuff like that. So basically on-chain quests and off-chain quests. I know now that with the new X algo, you can't use the X algo, but there's a lot of different ways where you can reward social quests, but also on-chain quests, and create a leaderboard for the community to be a part of and be rewarded for spreading the word. So highly recommend also doing some of that. We do that for a lot of our clients and design different XP systems and stuff like that. I think the most important part is just to be very careful with how you design it and how you distribute your rewards, because you want it to go to people that actually provides value, right? X Spaces and AMAs, we do this on almost on a weekly basis at Lunar, and we do strategy spaces. So here we are the founders of Polygon. So we typically like to do it once a week or once every other week. And you can also repurpose it, because you can clip some of the snippets and you can use it for more content. Here we have another gamified growth campaign that we have been doing for another project. Worked super duper well. I'm not going to go in too much into this one in this video, but yeah, it's also basically a on-chain and off-chain, and you make it more to a creative campaign that is fun and exciting to be a part of. So going into a few tools that we use, the personal favorite, and the tool that we use the most is Cookie3 Analytics. Brilliant tools to measure social trends, measure smart followers on your socials, but also to measure influencers' accounts and their audiences and check the quality. So, and then we also use TweetScout a little bit, but not that much anymore, because we mainly use Cookie, Dune, and DeFi Llama. This is great for overall checking performance of different protocols, competitors, and also like the on-chain part. And then we use Cookie mainly for the social tracking. If you start doing a few vanity metrics, I'm not going to go into too much into this because this video is already getting quite long. KOL partner and like co-marketing with partners. I'm also not going to go into much into this one. Some results, and yeah, that was it for today's session. If anybody has any more questions for me, or anybody wants to jump on a discovery call and get a strategy meeting, you can just send me a DM, and then yeah, let's do it. Thank you all for watching.